Hello, everyone. Ryan Embry here with the Sweet Spot live from the 2025 Hospitality Show, Day 2, here with Rob, President of Lifestyle Division at Springboard Hospitality. Rob, thank you so much for joining me on the Sweet Spot.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me, Ryan.
Excited to be here in Denver. It looks nice outside, but very chilly.
Yeah, look, I live in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I'm freezing.
Yeah,
but
Floridian.
But the sun is always shining in Denver.
Exactly. Well, exciting strategic merger happened 6 months ago. We're going to get to that, but give us maybe a little bit pre this merger in the history of Springboard, and because you've been there since the founding.
Yeah, sure. So back in 2018, a group of us got together and we purchased what was an existing management company called OLS Hotels and Resorts, based out of Encino, California. It was a third-party manager, and we were looking for a hotel platform of our own so that we could grow a new company instead of starting from scratch. You know, you could buy the bones of a company. So that happened back in 2018. We rebranded OLS Hotels and Resorts into Springboard Hospitality, and then we used that platform to grow to around 50 hotels in the mostly independent space.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. So coming to the strategic merger with Hotel Equities now, it's really going to be a spinoff into a lifestyle division. You want to kind of talk through that?
Sure, yeah. So back in May, we merged with a company called Hotel Equities, bringing together really two companies that had very complementary strengths. Sure. Hotel Equities had a largely sort of Eastern geography, some international and Caribbean and Latin America and Canada. And Springboard Hospitality was primarily West focused. Sure. We also specialized in independent hotel management, independent assets, and Hotel Equities has a long and storied history of working very closely with the brands. Yeah. So the merger strategically really now allows us to operate kind of any asset anywhere geographically, but we're being very mindful of making sure that we put experts on the type of asset that we're managing, hence the division. So what has effectively happened, or what we're in the process of doing, is Springboard Hospitality is becoming the lifestyle, what we're calling the lifestyle division of Hotel Equities. And that lifestyle division will include the independent hotels, lifestyle properties, as well as the soft brands. So as we start to do more and more with soft brands as well, those will fold under the lifestyle division.
Sounds like a great match. I mean, you would imagine why the merger has been so successful. So, right. So, Rob, we had talked about it off camera about this. Get to a hospitality show like this, you can't look at the agenda without seeing the word AI and technology, right? Springboard Hospitality has had a long history with its hospitality intelligence platform on leveraging guest data and kind of using it to optimize operations there. Talk to us about kind of, that and is your mindset shifting as we go into 2026?
Yeah, well, it's unavoidable, yeah. Right? So I think the question is just how we're going to use it. Sure. You're right. You come to a show like this, it's overwhelming. It's AI everywhere all the time. I've seen probably a dozen new AI companies I've never heard of before who are here, and so just even trying to parse through who's doing what and what that means is a challenge in and of itself. I think where we're really focused is on finding, for now, the technologies that will allow us to become more efficient, right? So as we are all in the same boat heading into 2026, it's all about margins, expenses. We're not in a growth, environment from a tourism perspective. So it's all going to be about how we manage our properties next year to control those margins. And on the technology side, our founder and our CEO of Springboard Hospitality, Ben Rafter, was actually a tech guy, not a hospitality guy originally, and he is now the CEO of the combined company. And so we're really looking forward to having his leadership and guidance on the technology front to see where we go with that. But it is clearly at the forefront. We've got to figure out how to use it to stay ahead.
Yeah, it's absolutely going to be those management company brands that take advantage of that because the margins are so slim right now. I mean, it was no mistake that, the first two sessions were all about profitability at the hospitality show. So everyone's trying to find that competitive edge and they see the lowest hanging fruit is AI and technology there.
Yeah, and in our division, which is primarily independent hotels, we have the ability to be nimble with technology, right? We're not waiting for a Marriott or Hilton to tell us what we can and can't do. Sure. And so we will take full advantage of that, right? We pride ourselves in our division about being, at Springboard, being very entrepreneurial. And we will just continue to leverage that mindset, right, as we test and try. And I can think of probably half a dozen properties right now where we're beta testing something that is AI-based or technology-based.
It's the power of scale and the diverse portfolio that you and your team have put together. And, speaking of that, hospitality obviously is just a collection of markets. And we've seen, obviously some challenges, Vegas for one, but we've seen also a lot of markets emerging and, near highs right now. You got a diverse collection of lifestyle and independent hotels. What markets do you like right now going into 2026?
Yeah, we're Hawaii as a market is facing some real headwinds, but we love it long term. We've got 12 properties there. We are continuing to look at new opportunities there. It has a great sort of supply and demand model because not a lot of new stuff's getting built. And so while it's a little bit of a bumpy road right now with some geopolitical stuff and just travel trends in general, we like Hawaii. Yeah. We like markets. We like outdoor markets right now. We have a heavy focus on outdoor, sort of layers in nicely with our lifestyle. Right. But we love markets where people are trying to, again, get outside. Cabins, glamping is still a thing.
Yeah. Postcard cabins,
which is we're proud to be managing now. In partnership with Marriott, we think it's 29 postcard cabins now, and so this is kind of what people want to do, right? Get out, be in the woods, have an experience, and so that continues to be really important to us. We're trying to stay away from some markets have gotten just overly regulatory, so difficult to continue to do business in those markets, especially when margins and profitability and expense are so important and the rules of doing business are just so onerous.
Yeah, construction costs, staffing's huge issue sometimes in some markets too. So totally get that. But the portfolio has been recognized recently for some really cool awards. You've got some new developments. You want to share some of those?
Yeah, we're really proud of, we have a hotel in West Hollywood, the Chamberlain Hotel, that was awarded a Michelin key, one key. And as everybody knows, right, Michelin has historically been the gold standard for restaurants. So now that they've rolled out their key program for hotels, we couldn't be more proud of Chamberlain and that team there. And the Michelin key is really focused on design, which is important, and we have great design there. But really what we're proud of is the nod to the personalization, the service, and the localization. That's an important part of how Michelin is judging these hotels, is how we are celebrating and integrating with the local neighborhood, which, by the way, in our world, in lifestyle and independent hotels, is hands down the most important thing that we can do. So really proud of that award there.
Very cool. And then a new development in Hawaii.
Yeah, we just opened. We built with some partners and opened a new Hampton Inn in Maui, right on the North Shore there. Like I mentioned before, not a lot's getting built new in Hawaii, so this is an accomplishment to build a new hotel in Hawaii. Yeah. We just opened it a few months back. It sits right on the harbor, so we're really proud of it. It's a Hampton Inn and Suites. There's surprisingly not much Hilton hotel product in Maui. You would think Maui, it must be Hilton, a lot of Hilton stuff. So we're faring well from being a part of the Hilton Honor System there. And we have an off-brand. We built a bar and a restaurant there that we got permission to do, which Hampton Inns don't typically have. But we have a bar that's just looking right out at the turquoise waters, and it's been a fun project.
Well, that's going to lead me to my next question, because we're going to wrap up today's interview with a couple rapid fire, and one of them being favorite view at one of your properties in the portfolio.
Wow. Favorite view. We've got some great views, but I would say favorite is probably the rooftop at the Irwin Hotel in Venice Beach, because while the view is beautiful and the sunset and the ocean, just looking at it at Venice Beach and all of the fascination and the people watching there is second to none. So great view, great rooftop right on Venice Beach.
I ask that question all the time, and anyone has a beach property, that's typically it. You get to see the beach, sunsets, sunrises, all the above there. What about favorite dish at one of your hotels or
favorite
properties?
Dish? Well, look, again, being from Hawaii, I'm gonna have to give a nod back to Hawaii, and even that Maui Hampton I just mentioned. We're doing it's Hawaii poke, obviously famous everywhere. We're doing a wonderful tuna tataki dish there, a raw tuna dish that emulates poke. but it's fresh. The fish is caught in the morning, and it's on your plate in the afternoon.
Love it. And final one, I'll tell you, because you've been a part of a lot of projects. Do you have any passion projects or one that you feel a little differently about maybe than the others in the portfolio?
Passion projects, gosh, they're like my children.
Yeah, right. You can't have a favorite.
I gotta love them all equally.
Yeah.
And I really do enjoy traveling to a lot of our markets. But I would say from a passion project standpoint, look, Hawaii is I've lived there for 12 years. And I really, not only do I love the place, but I think, not to single anyone out, but anything that we do in Hawaii, is hits close to home for me. And so great place to be, great place to operate hotels, great community of people. So
very cool to see. I mean, we touched on technology and AI, personalization, experiential travel. I mean, we pretty much had the whole hospitality show agenda here in this interview. But Rob, thank you so much for taking the time and joining me, and wish you nothing but success and with this new venture.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ryan.
All right.
Pleasure. Thank you.